Hello, I'm Stephanie. Welcome back to Faithful Parenting. Today, we're exploring one of the most significant and joyful milestones of your baby's first year, the transition to solid foods. This isn't just about nutrition, it's a sacred step in their growth, an introduction to the incredible variety of God's creation. Your baby has been nourished perfectly by milk for 6 months, and now we begin the greatest food adventure of their life, and yours. Let's approach this season with wisdom, patience, and a heart full of gratitude for the abundance provided for us. Psalm 145:15-16 reminds us, "The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food at the proper time. You open your hand and satisfy the desires of every living thing." God is the ultimate provider, timing every season of life perfectly. This transition to solids is a physical manifestation of that provision. As we introduce these real, whole, nourishing foods, we are teaching our children from their very first bites that the earth is full of His goodness. Let us take a moment to reflect on the miracle of growth and the seasonal beauty of the food He provides for every living creature. Before we discuss the what, we must deeply understand the when. Why do we wait until around 6 months? It's a matter of biological wisdom. Starting solids too early can stress an immature digestive system. In these early months, the gut lining is more permeable or leaky, which is natural for processing milk, but can increase the risk of allergic sensitization if complex proteins are introduced too soon. Nature confirms the timing of major health bodies globally. By waiting for that 6-month mark, we ensure the baby's kidneys and digestive tract are mature enough to handle this new variety. It's about honoring the natural pace of development God designed. There are 3 essential physical signs of readiness that must be present together. The first is steady head control. Your baby must be able to hold their head up without wobbling and sit upright with minimal support. Think of this as the foundation for safe swallowing. Without this structural stability, the mechanics of moving food from the front of the mouth to the back become difficult and potentially unsafe. Observe your baby during floor time. Are they looking around with a strong, steady gaze? This strength is the first green light on our journey to solids. The second sign is the loss of the tongue thrust reflex. This is a brilliant protective mechanism newborns have where they automatically push foreign objects out of their mouths with their tongues. It's a safety feature for milk-only days. However, for solids, this reflex must fade so they can physically move food to the back of the throat to swallow. Typically, this happens between 4 and 6 months. You might notice your baby stopping that pushing motion when they bring toys to their mouth. This physiological shift is a clear signal that their body is preparing for a new way of being nourished. The third sign is perhaps the most fun to observe: intense curiosity and interest in food. Is your baby watching you with wide eyes every time you take a bite? Do they reach toward your plate or open their mouth when they see a spoon coming toward them? This psychological readiness is just as important as the physical. It shows their brain is connecting the act of eating with satisfaction and social connection. Remember, waking more at night is a common misconception and not a sign of hunger for solids. We are looking for these 3 specific developmental markers to ensure a happy, healthy start. Now, let's explore the approaches. Many parents choose traditional purees. This method offers a wonderful sense of control. You know exactly what your baby is eating and precisely how much. It's straightforward for tracking any potential reactions to specific foods. When making purees, think of it as an art form. Steaming vegetables until tender and blending them into a smooth, silk-like consistency. It's a gentle way to introduce new flavors without the complexity of textures. However, the goal is to gradually advance these textures so your baby learns to handle more complex foods as they grow. On the other hand, we have baby-led weaning, or BLW. This approach is all about self-regulation and fine motor development from the very first day. Instead of purees, you offer soft, finger-sized pieces of whole foods. The baby decides what to pick up, how much to explore, and how much to actually swallow. It encourages them to listen to their own appetite cues. Yes, it is messier, and you will see more gagging in the early weeks as they learn to navigate these shapes. But research suggests it can help develop a more adventurous eater. It's about trusting the baby's innate ability to learn. Most families find that a combination approach works best, and research supports this as an excellent path. You can offer purees to ensure they are getting specific nutrients, like iron, while also providing soft finger foods to encourage self-feeding skills. There is no perfect way that fits every family. The most important thing is simply to start and to focus on the variety of flavors rather than the specific consistency. God has provided such a spectrum of tastes, from the earthiness of lentils to the sweetness of pears. Our job is to facilitate this exploration with joy and a lack of pressure. Let's look at our excellent first foods. Sweet potato is a classic for a reason. It's naturally sweet, easy to blend, and rich in beta-carotene. You can steam it until it's soft enough to mash with a fork or blend into a smooth puree. Then there's avocado, one of nature's most perfect foods. It requires no cooking and is packed with the healthy fats essential for your baby's rapid brain development. These earthy, grounding foods are a perfect starting point. Remember to introduce one food at a time, waiting 2 to 3 days before the next, so you can clearly see how your baby's system responds. By 6 months, the iron stores your baby was born with begin to deplete, making iron-rich foods a priority. This is why pureed lentils, beans, and other iron-rich plant foods are so important from the very beginning of weaning. Don't feel you have to stick to fruits and vegetables alone. Iron-fortified oatmeal is another excellent option. We want to ensure their growing bodies have the building blocks they need. Think of it as providing the physical strength for the spiritual journey ahead. Abundance and nutrition go hand in hand in God's design for our children's health. Safety is, of course, a primary concern. Gagging is one of the most frightening things for a new parent to witness, but it's vital to understand that gagging is a normal, healthy, and protective reflex. It's the body's way of moving food away from the airway. If your baby is making noise, turning red, and retching, they are actively managing the food. Stay calm, don't put your fingers in their mouth, and let them work through it. Choking is different. It's silent, and the baby may turn blue or white. This is an emergency. This is why we encourage every parent to take an infant first aid course. Knowledge brings peace. The guidance on allergens has changed dramatically. We no longer delay foods like eggs, peanuts, and wheat. In fact, introducing these early, around 6 months, can significantly reduce the risk of developing allergies later in life. Introduce one allergen at a time, ideally during a morning or lunchtime feed, so you can monitor them throughout the day. Start with a tiny amount, like a smear of peanut butter mixed into a puree they already enjoy. If your family has a history of severe allergies, do speak with your pediatrician first, but for most, this early introduction is a key to long-term health. While we embrace variety, there are non-negotiables to avoid. Never give honey to a baby under 12 months due to the risk of botulism. Their kidneys also cannot process added salt, so keep meals pure. Avoid added sugars and low-fat products. Babies need full-fat dairy for brain health. For your first 2 weeks, keep it simple. Start with sweet potato or avocado for the first few days, then introduce butternut, squash, or pear. By week 2, add those iron-rich purees. Offer these small amounts about an hour after a milk feed when they are curious but not ravenous. Patience is our greatest tool in these early days. If this video has blessed you or given you practical tools for your parenting journey, please give it a like and share it with another parent who might need this encouragement today. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to join our faithful parenting community. We're here to support you every step of the way. Introducing solids is a journey of discovery, a celebration of the life and abundance God has given us. You were chosen to be this child's parent, not by accident, but by divine purpose. You have everything you need to guide them. Let's close in a longer prayer today. Father, you filled this earth with extraordinary food, and you have entrusted us with these precious lives. Guide every parent watching today. Give them confidence in their decisions, patience in the messy moments, and joy in the discovery of new flavors. May these first bites be the start of a lifetime of health and gratitude for your provision. We thank you for the season of infancy and the miracle of growth. Amen. Thank you for joining us at Faithful Parenting. Go and be the faithful parent you were created to be.